All right, well, I'm live again. I see that audio is working. All right, it's working. So I'll give you guys a minute to get back on here, and then we will try this again. God almighty. Just can't win. Just going to pause and sit here and drink my coffee for a minute while this gets shared out. Somebody comment to let me know that you're seeing this. All right, I see some viewers. So, all right, I think we're good. So let's try this again. I am Jason Fellman, technically challenged, but still the co-producer of Harefest. And I'm here to talk about the 2026 edition. This is our 14th year, if you can believe it. And we are back at the Clackamas County Fairgrounds on July 16th through 18th. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about the lineup and some of the changes and updates for this year. And some of the ticketing things. And then also, if you have questions, please put those in the comments and I'll do my best to answer those as well. Okay, so for starters, we have announced the lineup today. And if you haven't visited the website yet, it's at harefest.com, harefest.com. For those of you who still haven't gotten the memo about why it's called Harefest and not HAIR Fest, is because it started at the Wild Hair Saloon out in Canby and takes on its namesake. So that's where that comes from. Okay, so a few things in terms of bands this year that were not there last year. And I want to preface this by saying, booking the festival every year is always an interesting exercise because you're always trying to strike a balance between returning favorites that people love and trying to work in some bands that weren't there the previous year. So we always try to strike a balance. That being said, I kind of recognize that no matter what we do, there's always going to be someone's favorite who isn't there. And hopefully you will enjoy what we put together. The other thing I wanted to mention was that actually, let me just talk about the bands that are there this year that we did not have last year. So Queen Nation is back. And if you want to see the band order, that's also on the website on the schedule and lineup page. But they're going to close the night on Saturday this year. We're excited to have Third Stage, Boston tribute. And I got to apologize to those guys because we published an initial version of the poster where they were inadvertently left off. So we got them added there. But Third Stage, for anybody who's seen those guys, they are just do a phenomenal job doing Boston. And we're super stoked to have them back after a year off last year. And then another first year to Harefest is a newer band. It's Wild Boys Duran Duran Tribute. Wild Boys features a familiar face on lead guitar. Kevin Hahn, who is the lead singer for Stone in Love, is actually the guitar player for Wild Boys, and their singer is Stephen McSwain. Whole band is fantastic, and so that'll be something fun for Duran Duran fans. Another band that we're really excited to have for the first time is the Innocent Men. Innocent Men play Billy Joel, so we're gonna have some Billy Joel for you guys this year as well. Third Stage, we're not doing Styx this year. We're just doing Third Stage. You're thinking of Borrowed Time. However, stay tuned because there is going to be a Borrowed Time show down here this summer and at a local area venue, which will be announced in the months ahead. So there will be an opportunity for those in the area to get their Styx fix. Like a rare term. So Innocent Men, another band this year that is probably new to everyone. They're from Canada. They're part of the Canadian invasion, we call it. That we work with Murray McVeigh from Merman Productions, who brings bands like Eagle Eyes and Barracuda and many others. But the Bad Medicine Bon Jovi tribute is going to be at Harefest for the first time. So. Bon Jovi is always a great fit for the festival, and so we're excited to have Bad Medicine coming down doing that for the first time. Another new one is Miller Time, Steve Miller Band tribute. So Miller Time's lead singer is Rob Rockfish, who is actually, you probably know him as the lead singer of Whiskey River, Leonard Skinner tribute. And so he's got a new band called Miller Time. So we're gonna have some Steve Miller to entertain you guys over in Hippie Hollow again this year. Personally, I've played the festival every year since we started, obviously, and I'll be back this year with our band Red Light Romeos. We're going to do a yacht rock brunch, and I'll talk about that here and what's changing with the brunch. So we'll be playing first thing on Saturday morning at 9 a.m. I'm the 9 a.m. guy this year. And then I think the one that I don't want to play favorites, but I'm probably most excited to announce this one, in part because they're a tribute to my all-time favorite band, but in part because, so we do surveys every year, right? So it's interesting when people talk about, what bands they want. We have a pretty good idea what bands people want because we get over 700 survey results every year that they kind of tell us what people are most interested in. And this one shows up every year, and I've always been reluctant to do it, but we're finally going to do it. We're going to have a Rush tribute. Anthem Rush tribute from Seattle is finally going to be playing Harefest. And in fact, this is going to be their farewell show, their last show ever as a band. And we're going to be doing it in Hippie Hollow with the Lasers, Laser Gator, who does our lasers. They actually produced an event, a Laser Rush event up in Puget Sound. And so they've got all these really cool programs already worked out. And so they're going to be syncing up a lot of that. So we're going to have Rush. It's the Friday night in Hippie Hollow there. Anthem Rush tribute doing their farewell show. So we're excited about all those different bands. And then let's see, a couple other things to know about. Some timing things, right? The pre-sale starts on Wednesday at 10 o'clock. So for those of you who have been writing in about, can I get my tickets right now? No, it's not on sale yet. That's why you don't see them. The countdown is live now on the website. The pre-sale email just went out, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes ago. So the only way to get access to the pre-sale is if you've purchased tickets to Harefest in the past and are on the mailing list, email list, then you will have received that. The upshot to that is that I know one of the biggest concerns we have is securing an overnight space because both the RVs and the tent camping sell out every year. And so, one of the things we try to do to be, even-handed about this is that half of the RV spaces go on sale with the pre-sale and the other half go on the public sale, which is this Friday at 10 o'clock. So the other thing that's worth mentioning, if you've ever unsubscribed or marked one of my emails as spam, right, then I can't put you back on the pre-sale list. So you're probably going to be out of luck if that happens. So hopefully you haven't unsubscribed from the list throughout the course of the year. A couple ticketing things that are changing this year. Part of this is in an effort to get a better idea of how many people are in overnight to manage access. There's some tax considerations and some security considerations. So something that we used to do, and we're going to go back to, is that there is a specific 3-day with camping pass that you will need to have in order to spend the night. In the past, the 3-day pass, you could go back and forth, but this year there is a 3-day pass that doesn't have camping, and there's a 3-day pass with camping. So you'll want to make sure you get those. Every campsite and every RV site still comes bundled with 2 of them. So anybody who's going to be staying with you at your campsite, just make sure that they have a 3-day pass with overnight. That being said, the 3-day passes that don't have overnight still do allow re-entry privileges. So the only tickets that don't allow re-entry are the single-day passes. One of the things that we're super stoked about, and I can't believe that it's taken us 14 years to do this, but we now have an after 5 p.m. pass for Friday and Saturday. And this is significant because what it does is it gets you in for all 5 of the main stage acts, plus the 6th act that's over in Hippie Hollow with the late night laser show. For a lot of our pricing has always been built around what it costs us to produce a full day of programming. But if you're somebody who really only just wants to come in the evening, you're not going to pay a price for 13 bands when you're only seeing 5 or 6. And so this will help address that. We've done this at a couple of other festivals and have had really good success with this. And by the same token, if you're somebody who has bought the full day pass you have an advantage because you're going to have access to the main field at 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 uh, at 4:30 p.m. those days, whereas the people with the late night pass don't have access till 5 o'clock. So we're not penalizing the people who have purchased the full day passes. You guys still have a degree of accessibility to the main venue before the evening passes can get in. So that's something that's new this year that I think will help people who can only go for part of the day. So we're stoked about that. With the after 5 p.m. tickets, and you can buy those online in advance, or you can buy them on site to the extent that they're available. In terms of the programming, we're pretty we're pretty happy with the general scheduling that we had last year, and the survey results also seem to indicate that people are happy about that. I know there are generally a few comments about people who missed the 2 stages, but the reality is it's basically the same number of bands, but you actually get a break. We're going to bring back the video walls this year with the big stage like we had last year, so that's going to be cool. So that'll all be good there. One of the other things that's cool is we tried a new thing at the very end of the festival, kind of a closing party vibe with Rock Shop, called the Headbangers Ball with Rock Shop, and it was really popular. We have Rock Shop coming back again, and Rock Shop plays a variety of artists from the hairband genre, and we will have guest singers again who are going to be joining them. Some will be from performing bands at Harefest, some will be from bands that aren't performing at Harefest. One of the things we're also excited that we're kind of spicing up that evening show is we're going to we have a host this year, a special host, and it's going to be Tim Tugg in the form of Ozzy Osbourne. Tim, in character as Ozzy, is going to be the special guest host for the Headbangers Ball with Rock Shop this year, and you can bet he'll be singing some Ozzy with them as well. So we're excited to have Tim come back as a master of ceremonies for the closing event like that. That'll be pretty sweet. And then one of the other changes is that we have done away with the Saturday morning brunch buffet, and instead what we're doing is we're replacing that with an increased number of food vendor options. So we're still doing the brunch, we're still doing the 9 o'clock band. So whether you're an early bird or whether you're overnight, you just want to roll on in and get some breakfast and jam out with me and the Red Light Romeos playing some yacht rock for you for about an hour and a half in the morning. We will we'll still have that, but we're gonna have more food vendors open during that time. And so rather than having the buffet line and all that, you'll just have a wider selection. So that'll be cool for everybody. And of course, we'll have coffee again on both sides of the fence. Coffee was a big hit last year, so we're going to expand the coffee again this year. And then I think the last thing I wanted to mention before I look to see if we have any questions is I wanted to mention that you may have noticed, but here at Harefest Incorporated, technically Harefest LLC, we've been launching some more festivals. And so I wanted to make sure that everybody was kind of aware of what we've got going on, so you can check some of that out. The first one that you're going to notice coming up in June that we just announced recently is the Legends Reloaded festival in Madras, Oregon. That's coming in June. It's a 2-day festival, June 19th and 20th at the Jefferson County Fairgrounds. Actually, now it's the Jefferson County Event Complex. It's actually been upgraded. And so that's going to be down there in Madras. And that one has overnight. The initial RV space is actually sold out within 2 days of going on sale, but we're going to add, I think, another 20-ish. So watch for that. That lineup's already been announced. One of the biggest differences, besides the fact that that one's got other bands you won't see at Harefest, ranging from Allman Brothers. They got like Revival Brothers. We've got Bad Company with Rocksteady in that one. We've got Whiskey River is playing in that one, the Leonard Skinner tribute. Let's see. Did I say Revival Brothers? I did. Oh, El Loco, ZZ Top tribute. Boom. Is going to be at that one. And I'm sure I'm missing somebody, but so check it out. But that one's all ages. So that's the big difference. I think this is our first overnight all ages. But here's the hitch. You have to be 21 to spend the night. But for people who are just making a day out of it or coming over from Bend or driving through, It's an all ages festival. So check that out in Madras. It's going to be a really good time. That one's with 10 bands, 3 on Friday and 7 on Saturday on that one. And then for the second year in a row, we will be doing the Capital City Retro Fest in Salem at the Jerry Frank Amphitheater. That one's in August. I don't have the dates in front of me. I want to say 15th-ish. I should have had that in front of me. We haven't announced the lineup for that one, but that's going to be August 14th, 15th, and 16th. That one's 3 days. It's only 3 bands per night. Again, all ages. And that's not an overnight festival. It's a truly beautiful space and a great chance to bring the kids to rock. You're going to love that lineup. And then we have the 90s Flannel Fest at Moses Lake, which is the first weekend in October at the Grant County Fairgrounds in Moses Lake. And that one is like a 90s Harefest. That one's going into its 5th year. And so we announced the lineup for that one, and that'll come in April. So March will be the announcement for the Capital City Retro Fest, and April will be the announcement for the Flannel Fest. So I think that's about it in terms of the stuff that I was going to kind of mention here. And then I'm going to get online and see if there are any questions that are being asked on the Harefest side of things. Bozic, if you see anything, maybe send those through to me, because I am not I'm having a tech morning, you guys. Oh, here's another thing that I can mention. So at the Headliners Club in Lake Oswego, if you happen to live here in the Portland metro area, at the Headliners Club, you'll see once again some of the Harefest bands will be playing in the run up to the festival. And so we do a program called the Road to Harefest. And at every single one of those shows, you can, there'll be an opportunity to win a pair of tickets to Harefest. And we're going to have a kickoff party the last weekend in June. So that's going to take place at the Headliners. And we'll have some more information about that with Rock Shop coming down to play the kickoff party as well. Let's see. Any other questions you might have? Will there be a pre-sale for prior attendees? Yeah, I mentioned that. Pre-sale email already went out. I don't think I see any other questions. No. If I missed something, I apologize. I'm following the thread here on YouTube, so if there's one going on Facebook, I'm not catching it. But definitely, feel free to post your questions. If you were there, let's see, Jason. Oh, haven't seen email. You were there last year, so go to the contact form at the on the FAQ or on the Harefest website and send us an email. There could be a number of reasons why you haven't seen the email, but the first thing we need to do is check to see if your email address is even is there, or maybe you purchased through a different email. Yes, Mark Cross. Yes, the free Harefest drawings will be at the Road to Harefest shows. So we'll announce that on the Headliners page. I'd follow the festival, the venue there if you haven't checked it out already. If you happen to be around, I might as well plug it. My own band's playing there this Friday night, Radical Revolution, our 80s tribute. So we're not giving away Harefest tickets, but I'm happy to answer your questions while you're there, and we're gonna have a good time. Yes, Tina, we will be having the photo booth again to take pictures with the bands. Both in the main venue and in Hippie Hollow. So we'll have the photo booth opportunities to take pictures with the bands. That's always a hit. We're actually getting a bigger PA in Hippie Hollow this year. So that's kind of cool. Bozic, yeah, man, there is no chance of a Stone and Love surprise appearance. We have played our last Harefest, but man, it was a great way to go out. The closest thing we're getting this year is that it's our photo on the poster, thanks to Krista Photography, who, by the way, Krista, who took that picture, is the official photographer for the real band Foreigner, which is kind of cool. So anyway, any other questions here I can answer on the thread before I sign off? Yeah, if you didn't get your pre-sale email, but you did attend last year, just send it in a contact. It has to be through the email address where the purchase went in order for us to send you the pre-sale email. But again, just to clarify too, that we, trying to be egalitarian about this, we only half of the overnight inventory goes on sale on the pre-sale. Well, Mark, better parking for tent campers. I mean, honestly, I don't know what you're talking about, but if there was a problem and you can be more specific about it, send us an email. We'll see if we can do better. Better parking for tent campers doesn't tell me anything, and nobody said anything about it last year that we heard much of. So there is enough parking for the overnight people. Yes, it will be cashless again with Fastbar. You can when you purchase your tickets, there will be a link to sign up for Fastbar in advance. One of the things we're going to do this year for campers also is that we're going to have a Fastbar sign-up station on the campground side, so that while you're waiting to get in, you can get all that done before you come into the venue, so you can be kind of ready to hit the bar right away and start partying. So that I think will help with the flow, and of course we'll have the coffee again as well. Tim Deck, yes. Super stoked to have Fear of the Dark, Iron Maiden. Very high scores on the survey last year. So we're excited to have you guys back. Other questions that I can answer here before I sign off. Okay, well, I think that is our program for the day. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Super excited for this summer. There will be more surprises to be announced in the months ahead. But these are the basics, the main things. Just to recap, the key things you need to know. First of all, if you want to know what bands are playing, you want to know the band order, overnight camping details, FAQ, go to the Harefest website and review it all right away. Oh yeah, we're gonna have ice cream and we're gonna have misting stations. Definitely having ice cream. Definitely having misting stations. Those are huge. So the main thing to be aware of is that the pre-sale starts for those who were attending last year and have the code that was sent out. Pre-sale is 10 o'clock this Wednesday. The public sale is 10 o'clock in the morning on Friday, and then we're off to the races. So make sure you hit the Harefest social, spread the word. Appreciate you guys, sharing with everybody. Again, the schedule, when you're asking when the bands are playing, that is posted on the website right now. So definitely check all that stuff out. And yeah, man, let's have a great time this summer. These are kind of, I know it's kind of tense times right now with everything going on in the world. And I just, peace, love, and Harefest, baby, right? That's what we're all about. Let's have a great time this summer together. And let's share good times as always. So we're looking forward to seeing everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and I will be in touch with you guys in the months ahead. Rock on, you guys.